Hello, hello, hello. What's going on out there? This is your girl, Miss Little Call, and I'm here live and direct on a Sunday afternoon on this cloudy, kind of dreary Sunday at NYC. So I had to pause for a moment because I am going through writing this letter that I gotta submit by tomorrow. And honey, when I tell you that I'm going to celebrate just finishing this, I'm going to celebrate while watching a movie on Hulu or Amazon, because I don't do Disney Plus. But anyway, I'm going to make this really short because I want to ask an honest question. And I don't want any backlash from it. But does Jada really have alopecia? Now, I'm going to explain to you why I'm asking this. And this is for all the alopecia patients and people out there. I became familiar with alopecia back in the mid-90s. I never heard of it. No, not the mid-90s. The mid-2000s. I never heard of women losing their hair, except for if they had braids that were too tight, and if their weaves were being glued to their scalp, and if they pretty much relaxed their hair on top of coloring their hair on top of relaxing their hair. Like if they use permanent hair dye, okay? I was told that women never lost their hair. Women didn't go through baldness like men. So when I was on the internet and I saw a woman who was black that had alopecia and she had a husband and children, I thought that it was very interesting. I said, wait a minute, women can lose their hair? And yeah, women can lose their hair. Then I learned about Sheila Bridges. And I told you that I had spoke to her back in the mid-2000s, or late 2000s actually, because that's around the time she moved into my neighborhood. So it wasn't common. It was something that was relatively new to the general masses. By the 2010s, it became really well known. Now, I say this because the one thing I notice about women that have alopecia is that there's a pattern of baldness that they have, where there's patches of hair that's missing, and it's hair follicles. It's not just you got a bald spot. You don't have any hair follicles at all. And unlike male pattern baldness, it's in different areas. It's not like in one area. It's like it can be in the middle, it can be in the front, it can be in the back. And it can grow depending on what type you have. But a lot of times it doesn't grow in full place. So women will end up cutting their hair or they'll just shave it off. But when I look at Jada, I noticed on Friday that she has a line of hair that's missing. It's just broke off, done. But there's a lot of hair follicles still on her hair. And I remember hearing that with alopecia, you don't really have any hair follicles like that anymore. So I looked up women with alopecia. And then I looked up women that have just, shave heads. And I noticed that women with alopecia, their baldness isn't similar to Jada's. Now, I was watching Red Table Talk early this morning, like 2 o'clock. And she said that she had a receding hairline. And that her hairline was starting in the back. So she said, sooner or later, is going to go back even further, so I might as well just shave it off. Jada looks really nice with her hair. But my question is, does she have alopecia? I'm not going to say yes. I'm not going to say no. But what I'm going to say is when I did my commentary over the summer, which was 9 months ago, I had said that Jada hair was damaged because you can't color your hair on top of your hair breaking off. And the people that she went to do her hair, they didn't do a good job. They were just taking her money. And that's that disconnect from the real world. Because a person who really was good at hair would have told her, Jada, no, I can't color your hair because it's going to break off permanently. The way I look at her hair, I'm not going to say she doesn't have alopecia, but I'm going to say that the form that she probably has is a type that can recover because her hair is growing back. If you look at her hair from now as opposed to July, her hair is coming back in place. Jada Pinkett Smith looks more as though she has hair damage. From all the years of coloring her hair, blowing her hair, from particularly the last decade. Because of the 2000s, her hair was real healthy. And I'm going to tell you something. Jada, to me, looks beautiful with long hair. Like, some people look better with short hair, even though she could wear the short hair. But it was something about her with long hair. It made her really look like a movie star. It took away the edges. And I noticed that when she had the long hair, she looked like a wife. I heard the bang. She looked like a wife. She really had a wife look. The short hair is wild for her. Not going to deny it. Not going to knock it. She looks nice, but I just love the look of her with long hair. Now, there are some women like Toni Braxton. They look very nice or better with short hair. But she, to me, looks much better with long hair. And I think Will loves her like all types of ways. But I think that her with the long hair is the more traditional stay-at-home wife. But I think she wanted to be free. And I think she wanted her short hair back as representing freedom. But I think that whatever she has, she can recover it. But I don't think we'll ever see long hair Jada again unless she's in character for a movie. And I will say this. It doesn't matter if she has alopecia or not. Unless she's lying about it, no, it doesn't matter. But if she's lying about it just to get sympathy or to basically, the whole fiasco of what happened last Sunday, then it is a little problematic. But the big question is, why do we police women's hair, particularly black women's hair? And that's the problem. And that's something that Chris Rock opened up. And I believe that when all this is said and done, women, including Jada, I think the alopecia movement is going to bring a lot of awareness. I think this brought a lot of awareness to the alopecia movement. There are a lot of people who sympathize with Jada for this. And I believe that with the new hair laws that's going on where you can't police a person's hair regardless of how it is, it's like a whole shift in our culture in terms of image. Nobody has ever come to the Oscars with a bald head. The only one that might have would have been Sinead O'Connor if she's ever gone to the Oscars. So she was the only woman that had a shaved head. I mean, she is the shaved head queen. if you really want to be technical. And she looked really nice with it. But it wasn't offensive with Jada's hair. But the slap heard around the world changes the whole discussion of hair and how women should present themselves and how they should look. And for the record, I don't have a problem with Jada's bald head. But what I do have a problem with is people making fun of someone with a bald head. That's not cool. And judging someone and looking down on someone because they choose to be public with the image that they either want to have or forced to have because of circumstances. And in closing, I want to say that if Will doesn't have a problem with her bald head, whether she has alopecia or not, none of us should. Okay? Because at the end of the day, it is hair. It is her hair follicles. It's her body. It's her face. And I find that because we're in Aries, the Oscar ceremony, which is usually in Pisces, there was a lot of focus on heads and faces. And the slap heard around the world, that's very Aries, being slapped. Aries love to slap people in the face, hit people in the face, shock and everything. The head, the brain, that's Aries. So I think that a lot of this was very astrological. And I find it to be interesting. And I think Chris Rock will never talk about any black woman's hair or head ever again. And with that being said, it's your girl, Miss Ann Little, signing off. I'm not going to come back until probably 9 o'clock. No. I'm going to do one more. Probably around 8 o'clock because I got to type this letter. Child, pray for me with this letter. You'll know when I'm done because I'll come back. All right? Later, guys. Talk to you soon. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. And shout out to everyone who listened to the Gerard Carmichael upload. It now has 1.k views. I will be talking about him hosting SNL on my other page, which is May TVP reviews about shows. Okay, so that's going to be the channel where I talk about shows because I'm going to really start. After getting this letter and everything together, I'll have time to do reviews. That's why I didn't do it, because of all the craziness involved in the situation. And I will be talking about this soon. Once I get the clearance to do so, I'm going to explain to you why, and I'm going to explain to you in full context why within the last 2 years, I had to take long hiatuses off the channel. But I want to thank everybody that's been rocking with me and staying with me. And with that being said, it's your girl, Miss Little Cool. I'm signing off. Thank you very much for listening and have a wonderful rest of the evening. Later.